Why was Captain Marvel 3 disappeared from the release calendar? Was it a superhero thing or something more? What's the mystery behind scenes? What really led to its unexpected cancellation? Come, let's find out what happened and if there will be any hope. The cancellation of Captain Marvel 3 was the result of a combination of factors. What things led to the cancellation of this movie? Firstly, there was significant shift in Disney's strategy. The company decided to cut costs and reduce Marvel's output. This decision was driven by a desire to avoid risks and focus more on films that were guaranteed hits at the box office. The phenomenon of superhero thing is speculated to have influenced Disney's decision to cancel Captain Marvel 3. With an oversaturated market of superhero films, audiences may be experiencing weariness, leading to a decline in excitement and box office returns for such movies. Has Disney CEO confirmed the cancellation of Captain Marvel 3? Yes. Disney CEO Bob Iger confirmed that the company is implementing cost cuts and reducing the output of Marvel films. This strategic shift aims to minimize risks and concentrate on movies that are more likely to succeed financially at the box office. Secondly, the performance of previous Marvel films played a role. The Marvels, for instance, only made $206 million worldwide, despite costing $275 million to make, making it the lowest grossing film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This underperformance signaled to Disney that not all Marvel movies were guaranteed success. Such financial results are a strong indicator for studios to reassess the viability of continuing with sequels. Thirdly, the character of Captain Marvel herself was not well received by fans. Despite being one of the strongest characters in the MCU, many fans disliked her portrayal as a superhero. Some fans thought the character was over-politicized, and others felt that her strength was overstated, overshadowing other Avengers like the Hulk or Thor. The character of Captain Marvel, portrayed by Brie Larson, faced criticism from a section of the audience, which contributed to its lackluster performance. Additionally, other MCU sequels like Ant-Man and Eternals received harsh reviews, calling into question the guaranteed success of future installments featuring these characters. Did the timing go wrong? Most probably, yes. The timing of Captain Marvel's release also contributed to the negative reception. The film was released in 2019, right after Avengers Infinity War. While the film was well received by critics and even made $1 billion at the box office, its impact was significantly limited when compared to the massive scope of Infinity War and Endgame. In addition to these factors, there were also criticisms about the film being woke. This term is often used to describe a perceived focus on social justice or political correctness, which some viewers felt was overdone in the film. Is Disney only looking for potential for high-grossing films? In light of these factors, Disney is reportedly shifting its focus to films that are guaranteed to perform well at the box office. This means prioritizing certain projects over others, and unfortunately, Captain Marvel 3 did not make the cut. Finally, the performance of other Marvel films also influenced the decision. Ant-Man 3 and Eternals were also letdowns for Marvel, with Eternals being reviewed very harshly by critics. The cancellation of Captain Marvel 3 was a result of a combination of strategic shifts by Disney, the underperformance of the previous films, negative fan reception, and the performance of other Marvel films. It was a decision driven by both financial considerations and audience feedback. While it's disappointing for fans of the character, it's a reminder of the challenges of maintaining a successful and popular film franchise. Is Captain Marvel 3 the only one that has been cancelled? Several other Marvel films have been cancelled over the years, just like Captain Marvel 3. War Machine is first among them. Marvel initially planned to make a War Machine movie and even hired Joe Robert Cole to write the script. However, the plans changed based on how Iron Man 3's story was crafted. Inhumans is another in the list. After Phase 2, Marvel announced its entire Phase 3 slate, which included Inhumans. However, Marvel Studios decided to turn it into a series and handed it over to Marvel TV. After the poor reception and reviews of the show, ABC canceled it after one season. Eternals 2 is one of the anticipated movies. A recent scoop suggests that Marvel will not be moving forward with sequels to Eternals 2 as Disney isn't willing to take any more risks. Ant-Man 4, which is a sequel to Ant-Man 3, has also been cancelled due to their massive box office flops. These cancellations were due to various reasons, including poor reception, rights issues, and Disney's strategic shifts. They tell us about the challenges of maintaining a successful and popular film franchise. All MCU fans love Captain Marvel, right? So what's all about Captain Marvel 1 and 2? Captain Marvel is a superhero film that was released in 2019. The film is centered around the character Carol Danvers, who becomes Captain Marvel. The story is set in 1995 and follows Danvers as she becomes Captain Marvel after Earth is caught in the center of a big conflict between two alien civilizations. The movie begins on a planet named Hala. A woman named Verse, who is part of a group called Star Force, can't remember her past and often has nightmares about an older woman. Her leader, Jan Rog, helps her control her special powers. The Supreme Intelligence, a powerful AI that rules the Kree, tells her to keep her emotions in check. Carol Danvers, a pilot, crashes a test plane and is found by the Kree. They train her to be part of their military group, Star Force, which is under Yon-Rogg. 6 years later, she escapes to Earth while being attacked by the Skrulls, another alien race in space. Once on Earth, she starts to discover her past. When Verse lands on Earth, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents Fury and Coulson notice her. Their investigation is interrupted by a Skrull attack. During the attack, Verse remembers her past, and Fury kills a Skrull disguised as Coulson. Later, Fury decides to work with Verse. Using Fury's security clearance, Verse found out that she was a pilot, thought to have died 6 years ago while testing a light-speed engine made by a scientist named Lawson, the woman from her dreams. After meeting Keller, they escape, with Lawson secretly joining them, and they fly a cargo jet to Louisiana. After landing in Louisiana, Verse meets Maria Rambeau, another pilot, and her daughter Monica. They tell Verse that she is actually Carol Danvers. Talos, who has been following her, comes and asks to talk. From the black box recording of Lawson's plane, Danvers learns about the alien spaceship and remembers Yon-Rogg killing Lawson. She also remembers Lawson's warning about the need to destroy the energy core of the experimental engine to prevent it from being misused. Verse fired at the engine and got caught in the resulting blast. Her body was soaked in the energy. Yon-Rogg took the memory-less Verse, whose name was partially left on her damaged dog tag, back to Hala. Talos clarifies that the Skrulls are just seeking refuge, and Lawson was meant to help them flee from the Kree. Using the coordinates provided by Lawson, Danvers, Fury, Maria, and Goose, who strangely scare Talos, navigate their Skrull-altered cargo jet to a hidden spaceship in space. The movie was thrilling. What are the positives the film has? Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck directed the film from a screenplay they co-wrote with Geneva Robertson-Dworet. The film grossed over $1.1 billion worldwide, making the first female-led superhero film to pass the $1 billion mark. It became the 5th highest grossing film of 2019 and the 23rd highest grossing film of all time during its theatrical run. The film generally received positive reviews from critics who praised the performances of the cast, particularly that of Larson. A sequel, The Marvels, was released on November 10, 2023. What about the second movie, The Marvels? It is a sequel to Captain Marvel and was released in 2023. The film was directed by Nia DaCosta, who co-wrote the screenplay with Megan McDonnell and Elisa Karasik. In the movie, 3 characters named Danvers, Rambeau, and Kamala join forces as the Marvels. They start to switch places with each other whenever they use their superpowers. Carol Danvers, also known as Captain Marvel, has taken back her identity from the oppressive Kree and taken revenge on the Supreme Intelligence. However, this leads to unexpected results, and Carol ends up having to deal with an unstable universe. These responsibilities lead her to a strange wormhole connected to a Kree revolutionary. Her powers get mixed up with those of Kamala Khan, a big fan from Jersey City who is also known as Mrs. Marvel, and Captain Monica Rambeau, who is Carl's distant niece. These 3 unlikely heroes have to work together and learn to coordinate their efforts to save the universe as the Marvels. The movie was first shown in Las Vegas on November 7, 2023, and it was released in the United States on November 10th as part of the 5th phase of the MCU. Captain Marvel 3 is off the slate. But why? What's the real reason behind the cancellation of Captain Marvel 3 other than what we discussed? Was it the fans or something within Marvel itself? Comment with your thoughts on this, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.